Next to me is David Lee Howard. I met him a few years ago in Lubbock, in Germany, Lubbock town, and I like your style. I love it.
Thank
you know
you.
that. So, David, what makes you come to Germany, make your music here? Because you're American.
Well, I have an audience here. People that want to hear my music.
Like me.
I appreciate that. And I go where the people want to hear me. And there was a time 20 years ago in the States where I was having a hard time finding work. There was a different change in the scene. And I started coming to Germany and things clicked. People would listen and understand that I'm trying to play some pure kind of music. And they understand that I'm using an instrument that not everybody uses, the 12-string guitar, my secret weapon.
I know that because we all are big fans about you, especially him.
I appreciate that, thank you. And things just escalated and things got better. And to the point where I've been touring now for 20 years every summer. I haven't been home in Seattle for 20 years. I've been Europe, this summer, Austria, France, Germany, Denmark, maybe Holland.
That's great.
That's Europe.
That's great. Do you have any interesting stories about how fans have been affected by your music? I can tell.
Well, off the top of my head, I don't know, but I'm sure a lot of people have felt it deeply because when I perform, it comes from the deepest part of me, especially at these messes where I play on the Bluebird stage. You know, the people get very quiet and they let me find my place where it's coming from, and I let it out and they accept it. Music is to heal. Music should help you get over the crap of life, you know, the bad times.
That's right.
When you listen to music or when you make music like me, it gives you a chance to be free from all your troubles. For that moment, when I sing, when I play, I can't think of the world situation. I can't think of some problem, you know, some loss of life. Music is to heal.
Yes, I know that. I love it. Music is everything for me. So, what inspired you to be an artist? Just this music.
Well, you'd have to go back to the 60s. The 60s was an amazing time for music. And there were 4 guys from Liverpool, and I was a very young boy, and I decided that what they do, I want to do. And I was the British rock music, and then later American, and I started playing guitar. But I wasn't a very good guitar player.
Whoa,
Not
I
in the
don't
60s.
believe this.
No, but trust me, folks, I was crap. But I got fired from a band in 1976 in America. I got fired for being crappy. I think I might have slept with a keyboard player's girlfriend. I don't know. But anyway, I was out of the band. I traded my big equipment and electric guitar for a 12-string. 1976. It opened the door for me. It became my orchestra. Everything I needed to present a song, the 12-string would give me. It just gave me the arrangement and all the notes and the different, you know, timbre, rhythm, solo, bass. And I discovered, I'm a lucky guy. I found my instrument. The 12-string has been awfully generous to me. And, you know, in order to play it for so long, I also have to take really good care of myself, take care of my hands, take care of everything. And so what inspired me? Later, Jimi Hendrix inspired me. Naturally, Hank Williams, who's an incredible songwriter. And then later, I'll tell you who inspired me. Chris Christopherson.
Chris Christopherson?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, because he can paint a picture of heartache like nobody else. He can paint a picture of a man waking up in the morning after making love. Now, when did country music ever say that? And Chris spoke to me and I says, there's more to country music than silly rhymes, you know, girl meets boy, boy meets girl, goodbye, hello, and get the hell out of my life. Chris is a poet. He is a deep thinking man, and he's very intelligent. And
it comes from your heart.
And you know, there was a time in the 70s where I knew 3 or 4 albums, and that's when I started writing my own music. Chris inspired me.
That's great. What kind of songs do you like to record?
Well, my last recording was for me.
Yeah.
It was not for the fans. It wasn't for the market. It wasn't to sell. It was if you had Carlos Santana play the 12-string with Pink Floyd, you would have my new album. It had a bit of Latin, a bit of reggae, some sweet space music with a little blues on the 12-string with a killer band that I played with for 3 years in America recently. I'm solo again, but it was a great experiment, and the album's called Charlatan.
Great. I love it.
Thank you.
I love
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Did you ever play a duet with someone?
Yes. I spent 3 years with Katarina Galen, and we did Celtic music.
Okay.
And she taught me a lot about traditional Celtic music that I didn't know. She taught me how to play the songs from the olden times. It was a deep time. She played bagpipes, and we sang in a duet together. And we enjoyed, we toured a lot. That has moved on, like life does, but that was the duo. And then I think I might have done a little duet with a girl called Jolina Carl.
Yeah.
And we had the Song of the Year. I Hope You Stay became Song of the Year in German.
Jolina's a friend of mine.
You bet she is. And she's right from here, this area. And we got very lucky with I Hope You Stay. It was Song of the Year on German Airplay Radio.
That's great. Is it on YouTube? Because we do Fair Play country music. I sent you...
There is a version of her and me singing it in Nuremberg together.
Maybe
it's on
if you
YouTube.
send it to me, or I can find it. I put it on Facebook because
that'd be wonderful.
Love to do that.
That'd be wonderful.
What inspired you to become your own songwriter?
Well, I like playing other people's music. You know, everybody has a different story to tell, but it's their story. So, my first songwriting started as instrumentals. I was working for a California company that wanted me to play my 12-string in instrumentals, and that was great. But it was only half of me. And I sat down, that was about 25 years ago, and I started writing the lyrics. And then I put it to music. And I discovered that my lyrics work really well in country because you tell a story. And it kind of, country music gives it a place to happen. And it has interesting verses, interesting choruses. I learned a lot from listening to other people. I did covers. And then it was time for me to write. And since 1993, I've written 15 CDs worth of music. That's a lot. That's a lot of Gema, baby.
How was your last year? What are the highlights of last year?
What happened last year? I look forward. I'm sorry. I look ahead.
You look in the past.
No. What was so great about last year? I did the standard tour. Oh, I've been staying home for an 8-month period. I used to go to tour 4 times a year. I was never home more than 2 months, but I stayed home in Seattle for 8 months, and the music scene there is growing like crazy. All original, maybe 2 hours a night. Isn't that nice?
That's great.
And everybody wants to hear you play your stuff. There's a big kind of community that enjoys people being artists. And that's probably the main thing that's been happening to me. I still will come to Europe, but
I hope so.
At home is better than ever.
I think that might be.
It truly is. I'm thankful too. Actually, I'm thankful for everything. I'm thankful that I have a place in Europe where I can tour. It supports me. It sells enough CDs to make the next one.
That's right. That's a good point. But what you think about country music from now or in the past? The difference.
Well,
big difference.
You know, it's not really fair to make the comparison because the true country music is still being played in America.
Yeah.
It's just not being recorded. I don't know what this new country is all about. It sounds like Eagles to me. And but when it comes to country, I'm a classic country guy.
Okay.
I love classic country. You know, the 50s, 60s, that kind of old storytelling, Roger Miller kind of style.
Okay. What is the motor that keeps you going?
The motor?
Yeah.
Life. You know, if you stop, you lose it all. You keep moving ahead, you work through all your troubles, and like I said, music certainly helps.
It does, it really does. What do you do if you have time off? What do you do? Relaxing. What kind of relaxing?
Gee, many. I don't think I've ever had time off. I've never had a vacation where you spend 3 weeks on the beach. I've never happened in my life, and I've been a professional musician for 40 plus years. I have other interests. I enjoy doing yoga because at my age, it's what keeps me from going overboard.
Peter!
I enjoy that. I don't think I really have any hobbies, but I do a lot of songwriting. I enjoy playing other kinds of music, like traditional old Celtic music, folk music, learning new stuff.
Okay. What would you tell the people, young artists who start now, what would you tell them, give them on the way to do or not to do?
Well, don't sell out before you get the real money.
That's right.
No, the truth is this. If you can find your own voice, go that direction. Because there's a million people that sing like Garth Brooks. Find your own voice. It might be horrible, but it's yours. And then you work on it, you polish it. You do a lot of it. You don't just do it once a month. You do it as much as you can. You do it for free. You give it away. I mean, I've given away so many shows and music. I'm doing a benefit on the 1st of May for Oso, Washington. They just had a disaster over there. A whole mountainside fell into the river, and it flooded and mudslided 150 people. It's a horrible disaster. It's 20 miles from my house. So I'm playing at the Rhodes River Ranch on the 1st of May, and they don't know it yet, but I'm not going to take no money. I'm giving it right back.
It's very nice of you, very
good
of you.
Support starts at home.
Yes.
If I give $20 to save the whales, it doesn't get to them, But if I'm at home, I help my community. That's what you do. Yeah. Pete Seeger said that. He couldn't stop nuclear and he couldn't stop the Vietnam War, but he could clean up the river at his own house. That's what he did. The Hudson River that flows through New York all the way down to Manhattan?
Yeah.
That river was the worst river on the planet. Till Pete Seeger said, I can't stop the killing. I can't stop the war. Yes, it starts at home.
I like that.
That's what I'm going to do.
And where can we find your music?
On www or the World Wide Web, davidleehoward.com.
Thank you very much, David. I love your music.
And thank you. This is the most enjoyable interview I've had for a long time. And it ends with a hug. Thanks.
Kannst du ein Foto machen von uns zusammen?
I thought he was making a photo the whole time.
No, that's film.
Oh, that's film.
You get it. I send it to you.